Hello and welcome to The Edge of Greatness, and today I want to talk to you about perception, how customers perceive you and your business and the size of your business. Now, this isn't going to work for everybody, so if you're a small industry, very niche, and you want to be almost like that family run business or that local family business, or it suits you to be, like we say, the cottage industry, as we say in the UK, which is, people like to buy from small companies. They want that small, they feel like they're contributing by buying from a small company rather than a corporate. And that works very well. So this isn't really for you. But if, like us, when we were trying to make headway in the catering supplies industry, you're dealing with a lot of potentially very large corporates, people who have got, 50, 100, 200 restaurants and sites, or government organisations, local authorities, councils, all sorts. So we're talking about some pretty sizable companies here. And I know that if we didn't give that perception of being far bigger than we are, then you or we wouldn't have got a foot in the door, basically. People wouldn't have even considered us, because their view would have been, well, you won't be able to handle it. You won't be able to cater for our requirements. You're not big enough. So what I did is I set out in my mind different departments. So we had an accounts department, we had a sales department, we had distribution teams, had everything basically that any big company would have. So we gave this perception of being big. And I even carried that through on emails. So there were more people in the office or the company than there actually were. From an email point of view, I would sign off under different names, from Mike in distribution or Anne in accounts or whatever. And it worked. We've built the company, we have a team now, we have offices, we have a lot of very big key accounts and everything else. So yeah, it's some people will frown upon it. In my mind, it was the right call to really, secure the business needed to then properly grow the business and create the team that we had pretended we had. So that's it. All I'm saying to you is basically don't, think about your target audience, think about who you're appealing to and who you're trying to attract, and, create the company in your mind. Even if you don't have the team around you, pretend that you do. Now, in doing this, what you do is you give not only perception to the customer of being bigger, having a team of people working towards helping them, but you also buy yourself some breathing space. So when you're on the phone and when people think you are the sales team and something has gone wrong with delivery, quite often couriers will let you down. There's no doubt about that. We've had enough experience with couriers as dropping the ball a lot. You can often say, let me take your details and I'm just going to put a call through to distribution and I'll give you a call back and find out what's going on. Or, you've got an accounts query. Okay, let me call the accounts team or put an email together for accounts and we'll come back to you on that. And it works from a sales perspective as well. So, you can literally say, you want a discount. Fine, okay. Rather than getting caught, what I found early on was I would get flustered. I want to secure the deal. I'd have someone asking for a discount because they're ordering a number of units and what we're going to do for them, or they're playing us off against the competition. And, what are you going to do for me? And you're kind of going, well, I want this sale. Especially early on, you're really desperate to hook in everything you possibly can. And you've got this person who quite often can be a seasoned buyer going, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do? And you're like, oh! And you put together a calculation or figure or whatever. And quite often you shoot yourself right in the foot because you've either given away too much. If you get it really wrong, like I did early on, you give away virtually everything, or you and then you've got that embarrassing phone call where you can give away too much. You've got to call back and say, I made a mistake, which never looks good. So what that does again is you go, all right, let me speak to my manager. Let me go up the chain. Let me see what I can do. What is it you're buying? Where have you seen us price cheaper? What have you done? What is it? Are you definitely committing to this purchase? How many you're committing to? Because I need to go to my manager to ask them to see if I can push the discount. Because I'm allowed to give you, 5%, say. I'll see if I can get another couple of percent out of my manager. So it's all about giving yourself that breathing space as well. The breathing space for me was a big learning curve. I suddenly realised that by getting off the phone, putting them on hold. I know there's this argument with sales, which is never let the sale go, never let them potentially leave. But sometimes it doesn't do any harm. Sometimes actually being a little bit more, well, okay, yeah, we'll look at this, not desperate, that often works in your favour anyway. So that's it. As I said, it won't always work for a small company that wants to be small or needs to be small, or actually give the perception of being small, because quite often that can work in your favour as well. But if you're trying to hook in larger clients who work with your bigger competitors in the market, and you've got to try and show that you can do the same, then having this perceived company is not a bad thing. And also, do you know what? There's a lot about visualization. There's a lot about, dreaming about or thinking about the company you're going to have one day. And by almost having that in mind from day one and having those departments and those teams, actually, do you know what? You usually end up steering yourself towards that goal anyway. And then you will have that team. You will have the accounts people. You will have the distribution centre. You will have your sales team, etc., etc. So you're just a little bit ahead of the curve, really, if you want to look at it that way. But yeah, honestly, guys, that has been a real winner for me. It's won us some clients, some pretty sizable clients as well, who I know we would have never got hold of otherwise, because they would have just gone one-man band, not interested. And I know that breathing space that different department thing gives me has been extremely valuable. It gives you that breathing space. And do you know what? This also touches on my next video, which is about not always being the leader. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate watching this. Please give us a thumbs up, a subscribe, any comments, any questions, anyone who's starting out in business who wants a little bit more detail on this, just put a comment below and ask your questions. Thanks very much. This has been The Edge of Greatness. Speak to you soon.